Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be walking you through how you can create a workflow for a write-off. So this is related to the general ledger, right? It's a workflow for finance. So how are these type of workflows used? Think about a collections team. They may have a set of receivables that are no longer collectible, but the team also wants to have some controls so that the proper approvers review that particular transaction before it gets posted. So the way we want to set this up is, let's say the transaction is over $20,000. We don't want the approval to go directly to the vice president. The analyst should have a chance to review first, followed by the manager, and then the director, and then finally the vice president. So if the transaction is up to $1,000, it will go to the analyst. Let's say it was $2,000, then the analyst and the manager will need to approve, and so on. Okay, so now we are in Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. So what we need to do here is first set up our user groups that we're going to use in the workflow. Then we are going to set up the workflow. Then we're going to make sure that the journal name has that workflow attached. And from there, we can do an actual write-off and make sure that the workflow is getting triggered and is functioning as expected. Okay guys, so once again, we're going to go here to System Admin, Users, User Groups. Now, I had already created some of the groups, right? This is level 1, this is level 2, and this is level 3. So for each one, when you're doing a test, make sure that you add yourself as one of the members of that group so that you're able to test it. So I'm going to create the last one here just for demonstration's sake. And I want to remove users here. And I am the admin here, Joanne. So I would say add to group. And that is it. So that is that step. So now what we want to do is go to General Ledger and under Journal Setup, General Ledger Workflows. So here you're going to click on New, and it's a Ledger Daily Journal Workflow. And here you're going to have to log in. So as the workflow window opens, it will look something like this. And what you want to add here are the workflow elements. So we really just need one. This is an approval. And I'm just going to connect here. Okay, so we need to add some of the basic settings here. We can call this one write-off workflow. We don't want to take automatic actions, so I think this is fine. So if you double click in it, then you can add your steps here. So for step number 1, just right click, go to properties. I am just going to use that same information that I got from my matrix, but maybe I'll just summarize it here as that so that we're able to see, because there's not a lot of characters that fit into this, so that we can, when we look at it, it's apparent what we're trying to do. Now, for this, you can add better instructions. but I'm just going to write something simple here for now. So here you want to choose participant and user group participants and choose your level 1. Time limit, you could change this to 3 days if you want. And we just want a single approver. Condition, this first step, we always want it to run. So I'm just going to leave it as always run this step. Okay. So now what I can do is copy, paste, properties, and here I'm going to do level 2. And we're saying that the manager needs to approve if it's greater than 1K. Go to the assignment and choose level 2. And the condition, we do need to add a condition here. Let's look for a field. Yeah, we can use this journal credit total. If it's greater than 1,000, right? And so that looks good. I will close it. And let's edit this other one, the third. This will be level 3. So we're saying we need director approval if it's over 5,000. Choose your level 3 condition. We're going to change this to and the last one, level 4. Assignment should be level 4. Condition greater than 20,000. And let me just make sure my conditions did save. So that looks good. Okay, so there's an error and warning here. You can click here. It'll tell you what the problem is. It looks like it just wants submission instructions. Now you can add an email template if you want email notifications. But we're not going to be setting that up today. So this is good to go, guys. Just click here and save and close. You can add version notes here if you want to, and select activate the new version. Click OK. So I will close this here, and I'm going to click refresh. So here's my new workflow. Now we could have given it a name. You can call it write-off workflow, so it's more descriptive. But this is fine too. This will work. So now what you want to do is you go to General Ledger, Journal Setup, Journal Names. And look for that write-off journal and click Edit. And then you want to enable the approval workflow, and you want to select the workflow you created. So that looks good, guys. Now what we can do is test it to see if this is working as expected. So go to Credit and Collections, Collections, Age Balances. And here I have a customer, Cave Wholesales. I'm going to select it, click on write off, OK. And it's telling me a general journal has been created, number 629, and is ready to be posted. So let's go there. We have general ledger, journal entries, general journals. And here is my journal. Now, as you can see, I'm not able to post, but I do see the option here for workflow. But let's say before I submit it for workflow, I want to review it. So you can click into it or click on lines, and you will be able to see what we're posting. Here are the accounts, your debit, your credit. So I'm going to go to workflow, submit. You can add a note there if you'd like. And now I can go to history. Okay guys, so in this view, I like to minimize the tracking details list and focus more on the tracking details. What you can do is click on refresh. And as you can see, here is step started, which is the level 1, always. The work item has been created. So now I am going to go back here and refresh. And now it's giving me the option to approve. And obviously in a real life scenario, it is likely that whoever submits it is not going to be approving it. But this is just as a demonstration of how it would work. So I am the approver at level 1, so I will hit approve. So this journal is for a total of $1,040. So that means I should need 2 approvals in order to complete it. So this is my first one. That's the 1,000 level. And what I can do is go back to history. And yeah, just click refresh there until you see your next step. Okay, and there's your step number 2 that has started. Because it is over 1,000, then you also need manager approval. But it's not over 5,000, so you only need those 2, right? So I'm going to close and I'm going to refresh on this side. Select your journal and approve again. So then you can go back to history. And now we can see that the step has started the level 2 and that the work item has been approved, but the status still says pending. But let's refresh to see if that turns to completed, which it did. So this is completed, guys. I'm going to go ahead and close this screen and go back here. So I will refresh this. And as you can see, when I clicked refresh, I did get my post button here. So now I am able to post. So I'll click on post. And it says operation has been completed. All right, so that is the ending of this particular video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you and see you next time.